Hi, everybody, and welcome back to A Dram Divided. My name is Frederick, and on the corner here we have.
Emil.
Woo! So,
Hi.
what are you drinking tonight?
Tonight I'm drinking the first of potentially 3 drams tonight. The first one is the long row. This one.
Ooh, nice stuff.
Very good. And you?
Me, I'm gonna start very much lighter with the Compass Box Sila, a blended Scotch whiskey.
Very interesting.
Yes, but Emil, why don't you tell the people about today's show?
Yeah, tonight's excuse to drink whiskey and talk into a microphone is to the theme of tonight's episode is as you can see, a dram to remember. We will share some stories of moments related to whiskey or including a special whiskey or a special moment adjacent to whiskey that has whiskey somewhere in it that has a special meaning to us and that we would like to share with you tonight. So yeah, it will vary a lot. I can promise you because we have very different levels of experience, but hopefully you'll find it interesting.
Definitely.
Do you have anything to add?
Not more than just cheers, man.
Cheers.
And I want to say a toast once again to everyone who has been watching our videos, liked, comment, subscribe. Seriously, thank you, everyone. This is for you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Yes.
This is really good.
Yeah, I can guess that. This is also good. So why don't you get this started?
Yeah, so I think I'll have to actually start this off with a fairly I could start off with kind of like a disappointing moment that I have in my memory, and I think you know what which one it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, why don't let's start with that one. So the first one I have actually this one does include an interesting sort of special whiskey, because we were actually you were with me. You were with me for 2 of these stories I'm about to share, by the way. But the first one I would like to talk about is the time we had an after work with our colleagues, and we were at a bar, and it was a lovely evening. We sat outside in the summer sun late at night, very cozy, very nice people around us. And you went into the bar and you ordered a 42-year-old something. What was it?
Macallan. It was a
Oh my
Macallan.
god!
A Gordon and MacPhail was a private or an
Yeah,
importer. Private.
that's right. So a very exclusive whiskey that you felt you wanted to try. So I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be cool. And I distinctly remember it for 2 reasons. The first reason is it was a very nice time. We had a lovely evening together. And the second reason is how underwhelming I thought it was. The experience of drinking this whiskey. And maybe people will think I'm an idiot for this, but you have bought me some other whiskeys at that time, at that place, cheaper ones, younger ones that have been much better in my on my palate. That one really sticks out to me. It holds a special place in my heart for a weird reason, but I remember it sort of being a lesson. Like, expensive and old doesn't mean the best, but it was a cool experience, and it's cool to say you've had that one.
So much negativity here. But we're going to do something positive.
I thought I'd get it out of the way
Yeah.
at the beginning.
Yeah, that was
very memorable. You remember it too.
Yeah, it wasn't. I mean, I'm very glad I didn't pay a full-size bottle for that.
Yeah.
But I think that was a whiskey that was. I tried a few. That was the oldest whiskey I think I have tried so far. It was just underwhelming. I think that's the right word. Some people are like, you're gonna say, like, are they idiots? They had no idea what they're talking about, fools. But no, seriously, that was like, okay, it is cool to try something like that. And people might be thinking, my God, you must be paying a fortune for that. I think I paid like 40 euros for a dram, basically,
Yeah.
for a glass, for like 2 centiliters of a 42 euro Macallan. So, I mean, of course, it is a lot of money. You can get a bottle of whiskey for that, like a Teeling small batch or a
Sure. Sure.
some stuff, other good whiskeys for. But, it was just a fun thing to try because I'm never going to be able to buy a bottle of that due to the economical reasons. And I don't want to buy a bottle that expensive.
No, sure.
But yeah, that wasn't very.
But I guess,
I can understand you.
but I don't know if and we've touched on this before. Like, I don't know if it's sort of like you build up an expectation in your mind, like, ooh, it's gonna be so good and old, tastes like old stuff. But I don't know. But of course, since it's that aged for that long, I mean, it tastes like wood basically. Not a lot of sweetness to it, and yeah, I'm sure you can find some stuff to like about it. But yeah,
Yeah.
this
Sometimes they're very complex. It's
yeah,
extremely. You need to be really advanced level, so to say,
yeah, that's
to
true.
drink some of those. I mean, I have tried like 3 or 4 40-euro whiskeys. I not liked any one of them.
Yeah,
Maybe it's because I'm not there yet in my journey. Who knows?
maybe we have to train our palates more before we're
Yeah.
ready for that level.
You can buy next time.
Sure.
So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah. Should I?
Yeah.
Are you done? Or should I get my started?
Yeah, please.
Yeah, it's a
a
funny
more
thing because
positive
you're touching on a
direction.
place where I'm gonna tell my story. It's the same place here in our hometown or the town we live in.
Yeah.
They used to have an extremely good whiskey collection, extremely good, but due to time and diminishing, because people every time someone drinks there, you cannot replace that bottle because most of the bottles they used to have are today really high-end whiskeys, and this is a high-end whiskey they actually have. And I'm not sure if they still have it there. They maybe have something there. I really want to try this one again. This is the story of my first time ever trying a really sherry bomb with the sulfuric notes, which taste like
Fireworks.
candle. Oh, yeah, yeah. They're like New Year's rockets, where you call them.
Yeah.
New Year's
Fireworks.
Eve. Yeah, fireworks. Yeah, thanks. Because this is a whiskey that when I worked at my last place before we met at our place, workplace, I had a guy there that I used to go out drink whiskey with, after work. He and I always did that. So went there, had something to eat. I'm not gonna tell you what we ate because I don't remember, but I did. And now comes the menu. No. But we did also ask the people that were working there because there was always someone there working that were like, "You want to try some whiskeys?" And we're like, "Yeah, of course," but we knew we have to pay. But one of the guys who used to work there were really good at picking whiskeys, and he actually asked us like, "Do you have how much are you willing to pay?" Which is a good thing to ask. Like today's, what wine do you like?
Yeah.
Basically. No, so we said, we can pay some. We cannot pay too much, but so he picked some whiskeys there, and one of the whiskeys he picked there was this really nice sherry bomb. It was a Japanese whiskey. It's the sorry if I'm butchering the name. Ichiro's malt card series, Heart 8. I have actually bought a dram for you there once.
Yeah, I remember.
I have. Yeah. I think it goes like between 2,000 and 4,000 euros today on the secondary market on a bottle like that. So, yeah, but that is, amazing. Because when we were there trying it, me and this guy, we were just like looking at each other like, what is that, flavor? What is fireworks, basically? Because we were like sitting there looking at each other, what is this? Seriously, we could really, you could remember it. There is something, reminiscent about this. There is a memory starting to pop up, and suddenly I was like, it smells like New Year's Eve, when the fireworks goes up. He was like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And it was like, that was exactly what it smelled like to me. I remember as a kid, walking around with my mother and seeing all the fireworks late at night, usually only time during the year when you could stay up late. So that was really cool. Really cool, all those memories starting to come off. There were so many memories with that whiskey, from my childhood. Not because I was drinking whiskey in my childhood, but trauma is coming up. No. That was very interesting, actually. So just the place there, the memories, that whiskey was just fantastic. So yeah, that was the Ichiro's malt card series, Heart 8, basically. Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
And that left quite a mark on you as well, because I know you love those cherry bombs now.
Yeah, I do, and that sulfuric note.
Yeah,
Not many people do like them because they are very distinct. I would say you
yeah,
can
it's
be really
quite
put it off by them.
yeah, it's quite abrasive. I remember you
Yeah.
when you let me try it. I think it's good. I don't know. I'm not in love with it as you are.
No.
It's kind of
No. Yeah. But that has to be the memories when I was a kid because I really like the smell of fireworks. When they. So that was I've been searching for such a long time for whiskey like that, and I actually found one. The Aran I have in my collection, distillery bottling. So that's like the most sulfuric whiskey I have in my collection. Just amazing. So I don't try to drink too much of it because I want to savor as much as possible.
yeah.
So yeah. So that was my sherry bomb with sulfuric notes.
Cool
Go on.
story, bro.
Yeah.
Cool story. Yeah,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of and the memories, I think, and that's the cool thing about flavor and scent and stuff. It evokes a lot of memories in your mind, or
Yeah,
it
it
can
does.
at least. Childhood memory.
Mhm.
No,
Okay.
the smoke of my childhood.
Okay. Parents smoking and
Yeah, exactly.
house on fire.
Not my house though.
No.
No, just kidding. So
Oh, we got really dark.
move on, move on, move on.
Move on.
Yeah, so I guess it's my turn then.
Yeah.
So I'll have to dig deep in my very shallow pool of whiskey-related memories.
Mhm.
And as I said, I don't really whiskeys I have had at these. But now that I think of it, they kind of are. But this one isn't very interesting. This is a standard,
Yeah.
uh, like baby step whiskey. This is a story about, not about it, but including the old Pulteney 12-year-old. And this was at the very beginning of my journey.
Yeah.
And yeah, I was just getting into it and drinking some whiskey. I've told the story in a previous episode, like the Loch Lomond, trying to get into it. And my father was, I think he was working in like Germany or something, and on the way home he bought a bottle of a 1 liter bottle of Old Pulteney, just because he had heard it was a decent whiskey. Neither of us was like an experienced whiskey drinker at this point, and yeah, so he brought that one home, and we sat down one evening, and I think this was, I don't remember why we were like gathered. I think it was like a birthday or someone graduating or something, and we were sat out on the porch in my childhood home, um, and he brought out this whiskey. We started drinking, and the reason I remember it is kind of weird because the bottle actually broke during his travel, so it was like leaking and stuff, whiskey everywhere. So I had to pour it over into a different bottle. I don't a decanter, I think it's called.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So like very banal story, but it's like etched in my mind for some reason because I remember thinking, damn, this is good whiskey. I like really enjoyed the flavor for the first time, basically. And it was this Old Pulteney. So the Old Pulteney always has a special meaning to me. And just
So
the experience of like sitting with my family, my father drinking whiskey, talking, sharing that experience. Yeah, that means a lot to me.
yeah, of course. So the bottle didn't break.
Yeah, there was like a crack in the bottom of the bottle.
No one dropped it.
Not that evening, no.
No, no. I see a pattern here. Apparently.
Yeah, exactly. No, this was not my fault, but the apple doesn't
Yeah.
fall far from the tree. But I don't know why it broke. Maybe he was just being uncareful, or maybe I don't know. It
Bad
was
luck.
just kind of barely leaking, so it wasn't that bad. And we had a decanter on hand, luckily. So we had to finish that whiskey, and because it didn't fit into the decanter, all of it. So we had to finish the rest. But yeah, that was a good evening Uh, uh, like I said, a standard whiskey, not a very
Mm.
remarkable dram to have, but a nice situation and a nice memory.
Yeah,
And I think
and that's
that's the
all
essence
about
of, yeah, that's what it's all about, I think.
sharing those memories.
Yeah. And I think that
Yeah.
that left quite an impact on me as well, like the flavor of that one.
Mm.
Because now it's been a while, but if I remember correctly, it's the old Pulteney 12 is also like in the sweet realms, kind of
Mm.
like fudgy, vanilla-y esque.
Yeah, definitely. I think I use a lot of bourbon casks.
Yeah, probably because I remember liking that, and for a long while, that was like what I searched for, and still is to some extent.
Interesting. You know, that is when they're leaking all that. I never had that problem with whiskey, actually,
Yeah,
thankfully. That is,
never dropped the bottle.
that will be. Yeah, I know people drops bottle. Apparently, it's a family tradition, apparently, or nearly.
Yep.
That's, yeah. You need a, yeah. That is a memory in itself. Get them. No. No, but I think that's interesting, with the whole idea that sharing with your family, because that's also something very lovely as well, sitting there drinking.
Yeah.
And there are some, unfortunately, I don't have anything with my family. I do like my family, but I don't really have anything with my family, actually, believe it or not.
Yeah. And yeah. And I guess I'm lucky I get to have those positive memories relating to like family and alcohol.
Yeah.
And it's not the other way
Yeah.
around,
Yeah,
luckily.
but I do have childhood memories of fireworks and alcohol. So, yeah,
It's
we're
all coming out tonight, folks.
yeah, it's we're opening up people.
This is truly a dram to remember. Yeah.
Yeah, it's also is what is that called? When everyone is sitting down with some person and trying to help intervention. A
Yeah.
dram intervention.
Yeah.
Cheers, my friend.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone. And please share your memories in the comment section down below.
Yes,
Seriously,
please do.
we'd like to know them. Yeah.
Especially if you have dropped any bottles.
See who has the word
Solidarity with-
record. Yeah, who
Yeah.
has the word record?
Make me feel not like a complete piece of
Yeah.
something.
Those things happens.
Yeah.
You
Shit
just can't get them. Yeah, shit happens. You can just can't get a bottle anymore. That's just it.
Yeah.
That's how it is.
No biggie. No.
No big deal. It was just. So
please,
yeah, I
why,
mean,
why do we always go down the negative paths when I'm
yeah.
telling
Why? I mean, I'm trying to be really
why?
positive here.
Yeah, sure.
And you just come down to more. Usually, I'm the most negative one. So that's very funny. Is it due to alcohol? Maybe I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, my next one I think is quite a happy one actually. So
I don't
if
doubt
I
it.
might go ahead, it is my first time trying that whiskey that everyone is always raging about. If you like peat, you need to try this whiskey because it is the most peated whiskey there is, and of course, I think it still is. And if you know, it's Octomore. So personally, if I should be honest, Octomore is to me like hot sauces. Basically, you're trying to make them really strong. I'm not being negative to people drinking it. I know we're gonna get maybe a hateful comment here somewhere, but they can't watch us because I'm saying I don't like Octomore. But no, but Octomores to me are basically like hot sauces. You're trying to make them as hot as possible by concealing sometimes flavors. There are some good Octomores out there, and there's a lot of people who like them. And go ahead, seriously, buy them if you want to. Try them if you want to. But my first memory of an Octomore was great. I was in Copenhagen. I remember this very well. We were in a pub. I will not say the pub because I don't want to, I'm not getting paid by them, so I cannot say it. Unfortunately, no. But I don't really remember what pub it was. But still, they had an Octomore there. I saw it on their spirits shelf, and I was like, how much does this cost? It's gonna cost me a fortune. So I asked them like, how much was it? And since it was in Danish crowns, I think in euros, it was like €3 per centiliter or something like that. Yeah. So I was like, I take two.
Mm.
So that was actually interesting because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna try this whiskey, and I don't remember which series it was from. It is either 6 or 5. So because it's not 7 or 8, because it was way back. But I remember just trying it first, and I was like, this is okay. It is peaty, but I was like, no, it's not really. Okay, it is peaty. Yeah, it's very peaty. And then I remember I put some water in it, because always add water to your whiskey if you want to. And I did that, and I remember something fascinating happened because it was a very small pub. I have never had so much room in space in a pub after that. And I felt like a dragon, like smog, just raining fire down upon the peasants, basically, them running away from me. That was an unbelievable feeling, basically. Every time I took a breath out after trying this whiskey, it was like I was spitting ash or something like that. It was just it was an amazing feeling because I was like, wow. And even the bartenders were like looking at me like, seriously, do you have to? It's like someone let out a really smelly fart amongst people. People were like, seriously, why? Well, that's one person no one wants to, get to the party, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was wow. And I remember my friend Sandra. She was like, she heard the conversation of the bartenders, and they were like, "Can you smell that? Can you smell it? That is the peatiest whiskey in the world." And of course, it was peaty. That was why I took it, because I wanted to try it. And yeah, that was peaty. And I had so much space, so it's a good thing, if you want to have a lot of space in a pub, buy an Octomore. Apparently, it is a crowd divider. So if you want to do crowd control, do Octomore.
It's the whiskey for introverts.
Yeah, definitely.
That
Ooh,
should
that
be
was a good
a
tagline.
yeah.
Whiskey for introverts. Yeah, yeah, that was definitely. I think you have tried some of mine. I have 2 bottles
I
of them
have.
more.
Yeah, I have. And I remember we I think we discussed it a bit
Yeah.
before. You've told me stories about it. You and another person, we both, a friend of ours, you drank it at your old workplace, I think.
Yeah.
You had a story about that. So I knew about it, and I never never tried it, I think, until like the last time we had like a real after work with our colleagues. And the reason why many of my stories involve my colleagues isn't because I have no friends. It's not only because I have no friends, because I moved to this town and all I've done since I moved here is study and work. So most of the people I know are through work. So that's my defense. And also I work with very nice people, so no shame on that. But the last time we had like a gathering of our colleagues, we were at your place and you gave it to me. And I remember I was kind of like, I wasn't disappointed because it's decent. It's like nice to drink, tastes okay. But I think I was underwhelmed most of all because I had heard so many stories like the one you just told. And when I had it, I was like, is this really that peaty? Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't that blown away by the peatiness of it. But everyone else in the room could like smell it and we're talking about it. Like,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it being. Oh, to be fair, you had given me like 8 drams before it, so maybe my
Yeah.
senses were dulled, I think. But yeah,
Mm.
I remember I didn't think it was like, because I have this one, the Big Pete
Yeah.
Explorers Edition, and I thought like there's not much of a difference to me between these and the Octomore you gave me. I don't know if there is like factually.
There is quite a difference
Yeah, but I don't
when it
I
comes to the
remember it being
peat.
very. Yeah, I don't remember the difference being that significant to my mouth.
Yes. Put it in your mouth. No, but now that one was a travel exclusive. I think it was the 7.2. It was a Syrah cask maturation. 5 years. I mean, 5 years, a lot of peat. You pay like 120, 140, even not more for a bottle of Octomore. It's a lot of money.
Yeah.
It is a cool thing maybe to have, but I would highly recommend if anyone wants to buy an Octomore, please try them before buying them. That is my
Yeah, but I think it's fair to say it's a gimmick, and I think
yeah,
they know it's a
definitely.
gimmick.
It
Yeah,
is a tourist trip. It's a trap.
but it's not necessarily a bad thing because like
No,
gimmicks
no.
can be nice, but
Yeah,
it is a gimmick, and you should know what you're getting into, I think.
Definitely.
It's a
Definitely.
cool whiskey. It is, and a cool story again, bro.
Definitely. Definitely. So, but it costs your heart
Yeah,
and your soul.
yeah. That's the
Unfortunately,
price we pay.
that's the price we're willing to pay. Sacrifice your firstborn. So,
No, thank you.
no,
That's where
just
we draw
kidding
the
there.
line.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. But yeah, I mean that was my second story. So, Emil,
Yeah.
I'm gonna move on to my next whiskey, actually, for the
Okay.
night. So I'm just gonna show people here. Copper's Box
Ooh.
Spice Tree. So yeah, people. Sorry for bad lighting here, but that's how it is in my house. It's very bright because I'm not very bright apparently. So
I think I will do the same actually.
yeah, so it's in the glass.
I just rinse my glass out.
Hmm.
This is quality content.
Which one are you not drinking?
N-
The Big Pete.
the water
Ah, Water of Life. Nice.
by the Swedish government.
Oh, and
The actual water of life. No, now this is. And you can help me decide. Should I like almost kill this bottle of Big Pete, or should I open this lovely thing?
I
That
think
was
you should definitely open that lovely thing.
sure.
So we
Okay.
can do an uncorking here. Ooh, first time on
Right on
A
the
Dram
air.
Divided. You're gonna see Emil uncork a whiskey. Ooh,
Should I do it? Oh, which is most important, the sound or the
I think
visuals?
the
I think
pop,
I'll
the
do it here.
pop when you pop the cherry.
I will do it here.
Yeah,
By
and you're probably gonna cut your fingers or something. Let's have to do a pause or something and call the medic.
call
Something
the
like that.
YouTube police.
Have you ever seen Starship Troopers?
Yeah, but it was
They have this. The drill sergeant there who trains them to become the soldiers. He always hurts them in such a bad way. He's like medic. Yeah.
I don't know why, but my mind goes to the video of the dad screaming into the video camera. That is called the cyber police. I don't
Okay.
know if you've seen that one old meme video, but here he goes.
Oh. Oh. Sorry. I will take up my hands like this before you did, maybe, so people weren't suspecting anything. Nice.
There we
Cheers.
go. In a minute, hold your horses.
I'm getting a Caesar here soon. Come on.
There we go.
Cheerio.
Cheers.
First, first time ever on Dram Divided, Emil doing an uncorking of the
Yeah.
Lagavulin 16-year-old.
It's been a long time since I had that,
Yeah.
and I kind of blandly put it on my €250 challenge list.
Yeah.
And maybe not. It is like a bit harsher than I remembered, but it's a good
Good.
challenge. Yeah, I
Yes.
stand by it. I will always stand by it.
Emil approves. And I
Emil-
approves as well. I have nothing. I cannot argue against him, I'm afraid.
Yeah, you have no. Frederick doesn't have a choice.
No.
Just
He's in the room next to me, actually, so I'm really afraid.
He's contractually obliged to agree with me on everything.
Yes. I did not read the full agreement before I signed it. God damn it. So, Emil, why don't you start with your third story?
And this one, surprise, surprise, includes you
Ooh.
as well,
Oh, no.
and an interesting whiskey that I think you have actually talked about in a video sometime or in a live. I don't know if I was in the live, maybe.
Mhm.
Sure, I don't remember, but anyway, the story takes place on Frederick's balcony, where Frederick has like a really. Should I turn down the lights?
We can do something like this.
Suddenly
of
felt
course.
really like cozy. No, so Frederick has a lovely balcony where he likes to sit and drink whiskey with me.
My fortress of solitude.
Yeah, exactly. And one night we were like spontaneously like, yeah, I'll come over. We'll drink some whiskey, talk a bit. So I think we went through a lot of whiskey that night, and you let me have a lot of your cool ones. Some like the Long Row Red, I think, or the twin.
Long row, 14 euro share. The share cast matured. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe. And yeah, I don't remember all of them, but some very good ones, many good ones, and one very, very, very interesting one. And this one kind of it kind of opened my eyes a bit, if I should say. I think you remember it. And it was one of the weirdest whiskeys I've ever tried, and one of the most fun conversations about a whiskey I've ever had, because we went from like fruit to fish to tomatoes to like grass and like the ocean, and it was like this twisting and turning when we were trying to decide how it smelt and how it tasted. It was correct me if I'm wrong, it was a Ben Nevis. Which one?
10-year old.
10 year old.
Yeah.
And it was, yeah, and it's just this, it's really etched in my mind because it was so goddamn weird. Like we were both sitting there like, and I think you were leading me on a bit because
Yeah.
you're not as new to this as I am, but like the experience of like taking this into the nose and like trying to analyze it, it was like dividing by zero or something. The brain just short circuited, went to all these places, and to this day, that is one of the most interesting and at the same time like least good whiskeys I've had, but not in a bad way, because there was not much like nice tasting, like ooh, it wasn't sweet or like easygoing or like palatable at all. It just challenges you at every turn,
Mm.
and it makes you work for it. Basically, it's a cool whiskey, and it was a really nice evening. And as you can tell, the shared theme of my stories here is like having cool whiskey with good friends, and that one was, yeah, a very cool, very good friend, and a very cool whiskey. I can highly recommend trying it for everyone because it's, yeah, interesting is selling it short, I think.
That was my fifth whiskey of the year, 2019, on my other channel, Whiskey Pilgrim.
Ah,
Yeah. That is whiskey I would never give to a new beginner.
no.
It is, like you said, it is so different in
Yeah,
how I experience it myself as well. But I like it. I like it just because it is so different. You know, it's like you. I don't think there are. I think there are like two sides on that whiskey. You like it or you don't like it.
yeah,
Basically, even if you like it, it's still like, yeah, I like it, but like you said, because it is an interesting whiskey to try. Just because the flavor profile, the challenges,
yeah. I think
on
so.
finding stuff. I think we were even into like BLT. That sandwich, bacon, lettuce,
Yeah,
tomato
I
as
remember
well.
that.
And when we said
Wait,
tomatoes, we come into like it's really called beef tomato, very bigger
yeah,
tomatoes, and
yeah,
the stem, the green stem, basically it smelled like that as well, tasted like
yeah.
that. It was just
Very
really
much.
weird. It was just fun, and that is like you said, it's a really interesting whiskey to try. I've been to the distillery. It was probably one of the most filthiest distilleries I've been to. It was quite unappealing to me, if I should be honest. But sometimes they should be filthy. They should be not be clean, sanitized, because it's a working station. Basically, it's a working place. So that was an interesting distillery. It's very interesting whiskey. Really interesting
Very
whiskey.
interesting whiskey, and it's
You
like
should buy one.
I probably should, and I think it's one of the most like foodie whiskeys.
Yeah,
I know
savory.
you and I. Yeah, it's very savory and very, yeah, like tomatoes. I remember the tomatoes basically, like the and not the sweets, like you said, the green stem of the tomato, the like
Yeah,
hardness of a
yeah.
tomato. You know when you eat like too much tomato and like starts to burn your tongue.
You mean like a tomato overdose?
Yeah. Have
Oh.
you ever OD'd on tomatoes? I have.
Sorry, I
It's
get
not.
some really weird pictures in my head there.
Yeah. Okay. I don't doubt. It's a weird
Yeah,
thing to say. I admit.
yeah. An intervention with because someone eats too much tomatoes.
And I can actually say like I don't know if you have this. I know other people who do. Like when
Mm.
you eat fresh pineapple, and you eat too much of it, your mouth starts to sting and like numb off. I don't know,
Yeah.
maybe you don't have it, but I have it, and I've heard other people who do, and I think that same like soury itchiness that it's in a fresh pineapple is in this whiskey as well. It's a very cool whiskey. You can talk about it for days if you want. So if you ever want a conversation starter with a whiskey drinker, put that in their glass, and they won't shut up about it.
That was a really good choice. I
I
like that.
agree. I
Yeah.
like it.
I have actually forgot about that one.
Yeah,
So when you were starting talking, I was like, oh, I think where he's going now. It must be the Ben
yeah,
Nevis.
and it was.
There are quite a few people who like it, but like I have to say, don't give it to a new beginner. Someone, like, oh, you've never drinking whiskey before. Here you go. Ben Nevis 10-year-old.
This is whiskey.
This is whiskey when it's the most, because it's so many layers on that whiskey. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's just a fun whiskey to have.
Yeah, that's
Try.
the word.
Because I think you can write a book about it, basically. Just how many things you can find there. It's very, because usually when I think some whiskeys are quite dimensional or very square-like, you just find what's in it, basically.
Mm.
That one is like all over the place.
Yeah.
But like we said with the fish, I remember there were some fish notes, like fish and chips or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just, smoked herring or something, smoked salmon, something like that. It's just really weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's cool. That's really good. That was a really good one, actually. Yeah, damn, I should have put that on the list.
I win.
Yeah, I mean, you have with
the
people, I have with myself, basically.
Basically.
Yeah, so.
Why? Maybe you should think about that.
Yeah, I am the lone wolf here, apparently. You
Yeah.
are the crowd pleaser, yeah.
Exactly.
So, yeah. God damn it. You're winning. But no, should I get to mine?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
You can try to win. People might not know A Dram Divided is a competition. We will have the winner
Definitely.
will get the YouTube channel. The loser has
We'll
to quit
pay
the
for
job.
the StreamYard subscription and
Exactly.
all that stuff.
I don't know what we're competing in, but I think I'm winning.
For the honor. The honor.
Yeah.
So please write in the comment section down below who won.
Who won?
You still have the chance here, people.
Yeah.
Come on, seriously, go on. No, don't you see this lovely glass here? By the way, no. So my third story will be something to do about this Springbank. Yeah, because I'm a Springbank nerd. Yes, of course I am. So 2019, I went to Scotland. I was going to say last year, but I don't remember what happened last year. Just it's just something that passed me by. So 2019, something happened. I went to Scotland, and I also went to Campbellton. So I sat on a bus for 4.5 hours. I had no idea where it was going to take me, basically. So I didn't even know where I was going to jump off, even though, Campbellton, the town, would be a sign maybe I should jump off there. But it was a good thing that was the last stop. So I went to Campbellton, and I went to Springbank Distillery, of course. And I did a tour there. I was, like a child again. That was the second time I've been there. And I was just there, I was like seeing all the casks in their room, for example. And I was like, I have 20 kilos I can take with me home. If they do have like a 20 kilos cask here or something like that, I can just maybe no one sees, just to roll it out. No, but what happened there during the tour was that I actually was really surprised. We got to taste the new make for Springbank's own Springbank, not the Hazelburn or Long Room. So the new make is the distillate that they have produced with all their stuff before they put it into the cask. So they had a bottle just standing there, and they were like, "Hey, you want to try it?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I am!" And that was amazing. That was like, wow. If I could, I would. I'm really like a little bit like this. I should have asked him, "Can I get a sample? Take me with me home?" Because that was amazing. Their new make. My God, that was the first thing that hit me. It was like Kellogg's Frosties, those cornflakes with sugar on them, with milk, and then some milk added to it. And it's like there's nothing with corn about this. This is not a corn whiskey; it's a malt whiskey, but it was just amazing. That was such an amazing thing. to try. Basically, I was like, wow. I tried new make before, but never really liked it. But this was, oh, I was so
Cool.
happy. I was so happy. I mean, I should have just taken the ball and no one saw it. But
Yeah, you should have.
yeah, I should have.
And surprise press. We did. Da-da-da.
Yeah. By the way,
And
do
here
you
it's
want to
about.
buy this one on auction? This is Spring Break New
Yeah.
Make, by the way. Oh, I would be in so much trouble if I did that.
Yep.
No, so that was that one.
That's why he'll never admit it.
Yeah. By the way, we have a fundraiser here. By the way, our budget whiskey. We're come on, help us out. Seriously, come on. We have a whiskey for like $4,000 we want to buy. So come on. No.
No.
Yeah, ship in. Come on. You get to see us try it.
We shouldn't make jokes like that. Maybe in like a year we'll start a Patreon or something.
Yeah, who
We'll
knows?
dig up this video. Hey, they made fun of this.
Yeah, definitely. No, if people do share this, that's really good. Just joking, just having a laugh. Someone's gonna put a comment now like, "You made a laugh. We don't like it." No, but
Still
that
the
was
new make, my friend.
yeah. The new make was just nice.
Cool.
It was just a very good whiskey. I'm like the fact that I cannot share it with anyone is such a it's so close to my. It was just close to my heart. Actually trying the raw spirit before we put it into cask of my favorite distillery. I will never forget that. Yeah, but I do know something though. You told me you had 4 choices, right?
Yeah, and I
Why
kind
don't
of
you? You lied.
I didn't lie, but like because I actually have some questions about your story, but I can say this first. Like when we do this, and we say like a few weeks in advance, like this is what we're going to talk about. Think about this. Like what happens is like an hour before we start recording, I'm like, my brain goes into work
Yeah.
mode. So I went through all my like memories. And when I sat down here, I had 3 in mind. And when we started talking, one more popped into my mind. And then actually the Ben Nevis story popped into my mind. So like I have more. But I can
Yeah, you want to ask me some questions first,
yeah, I
maybe?
just want to ask you, like, so if the new make is like really good, why do you think they're not selling it?
Yeah, I have no idea. That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a good question, but still, Spring Break is amazing. They do sometimes do some not good whiskeys, like the local barley series, in my opinion. I just want to say that again. Yeah, no, I just want to say that again. Yeah, but still, that's my opinion. Don't get offended by it. No, that's a good question, but I know. I think the Irish whiskies do that. What's called Poutine.
Yeah. I think it's
I think that's
pronounced
the
like
roast.
Puchin.
Putin. Yeah, Putin or Putin maybe.
That's
But
Russian.
no, yeah, it's Russia. No, but they do sometimes, sell those stuff. There's the White Dog as well, the American version of it, called White Dog. McMurray has a White Dog, for example, or used to have one. So it's interesting, why can't they sell it? Because I can tell right now, I would buy a case. That was how good it was.
Yeah. Is it
From that bottle?
Is it whiskey technically?
No,
No.
not by Scottish law.
Okay.
It is raw spirit, so it would be more like, new make or some kind of a malt spirit, so to say. Yeah.
Cool. Sounds very interesting. And that's the kind of stories you can only gather from like journeying, traveling, going to distilleries and stuff. I want to do that someday. I've never gotten to because I haven't been into the whiskey game that long. But hopefully we'll both get the opportunity soon.
Definitely.
Yeah. So do you want to I can share like quickly the and now I think one slipped my mind now, but the other one and you asked me before we started recording, it's going to be about the Dean's to 9-year-old, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was one of the memories I had, and again with our colleagues from work, and we were at a party at a colleague's house, and you brought whiskey, which you usually do, to give to the people. Whiskey to the people.
Yes.
That's the slogan now, I think, after the live.
More whiskey to the people.
more whiskey to the people. And you, one of the whiskeys you brought was the 9-year-old, and we sat down, you and me, and a couple of other people joined in and wanted to have a taste of your whiskey, and yeah, one of them was the 9-year-old, and I don't remember what the other ones were at all.
Let's see here. That was the Balcones. No, it was the Stag Junior.
Yeah,
Stag
yeah.
Junior. And it was
That's
Hazelburn, 12-year-old or 13-year-old. I don't
Yeah,
remember which one it was.
right.
I think it was the 12-year-old.
The Stag is the really strong one, right?
Yeah, it was like 66%,
Yeah.
I think.
And I remember that because that was again like a really cool like social environment, like talking to these people and talking to you. And I had my favorite, like the 9-year-old. I was like hoping people would like that the most, and people did like it the most. Props to me. No, but and then you started like blending them, like a
Yep.
different one,
Yeah,
like
your
a mad,
faces.
yeah, like a mad scientist at the table. And it was like, yeah, just relaxed, cool experience. Yeah, I can't really expand on the story, other than like the Dean's the 9-year-old is of damn good whiskey.
Yep.
The Bordeaux cask one.
I remember your faces when I started blending them. You, especially you and the other guy, you were looking at me like, "What the fuck are you doing?" You were like, "This is blasphemy,
Yeah,
blasphema." You
whiskey
know,
head.
yeah. I mean, that was. I remember your faces, and then you tried it. And you were like, "Oh, this is actually really cool." Yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah, you." I've just created a very unique whiskey.
Yeah,
So that's something
that's a blend.
Yeah, it's a blended malt. So seriously, people, try that sometime. Take a whiskey, another whiskey, pour a little bit in your glass, and try it out. Make your own blend, people. Try
Mm.
it. Be experiment. Go a little bit Frankenstein. It's alive.
Maybe
Basically.
that's something we have in store for the future.
Yeah, I hope so.
Maybe.
Maybe.
And
That would be cool.
yeah, it would. I've never tried it, so it would be pretty interesting. And the last one that I had in mind was at your place again, also like with colleagues from work. And this was, I think it was your birthday or something a few years ago, like
Was that
20.
when we had a tasting?
Yeah,
That was my birthday. It was just me moving into my new apartment,
yeah,
which is this
moving
place.
in party. Yeah, moving in party. But wasn't that like in connection to your birthday? Or, like,
No, had no connection.
sure. So anyway, we had a tasting, and that one
Yeah.
was like etched in my mind. That was that the first time I tried the 9-year-old? No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
That
was one of them as well. We tried the Combat Box Spice Tree.
I don't remember which one I remember the Deanstone one.
You
We
like that one the most.
like ranked them at the end.
Yeah.
And that one got my top place.
Yeah.
I don't remember the other ones.
Edward, our 12-year-old.
Ah,
That was my favorite.
yeah, I know. And that was the other story I was gonna tell, but that one's not as expensive either. But yeah, it was an interesting time because like, also again like many of these are my firsts. Like this was the first time I actually tried to taste and like analyze, and you gave us like some cheat sheets with pictures of like bananas and wood and raisins and stuff, like a lot of different things to like look for in the whiskey. And the lesson I learned was also like the person sitting next to me, he found like old cheese in every whiskey. Like,
and hospital waiting room, apparently.
Yeah, exactly. He was like, this smells like cheese in a hospital waiting room. And I was like, I smell raisins and coffee and stuff. And like how different it can be. Yeah.
No, that I remember that tasting because I remember afterward you were like really thrilled. Like, oh, this is so much fun. You were really hyped. Like you were like a kid who just got a sugar rush, basically. No, that was fun.
Yeah.
It was my first time ever and only time ever I hold a whiskey tasting. It's just fun.
Yeah, that's not completely true.
Yeah, I've
You,
done
the
maybe.
first one, the only one you've personally held, but you've arranged tastings for other people
Oh
before.
yeah. Of course I have.
And you're very good at it. You did a phenomenal job that time, I think. I have nothing to compare to, but
No.
I think you did a great job. And yeah, I remember that, and I think that was probably the moment when I got like interested in whiskey, in like starting a collection and exploring a bit.
Yeah, I remember you really liked that Deanston. You
Yeah,
still do it,
I still
I
do.
know you do.
I still haven't finished my bottle.
No, I
I
wonder
think
why.
I've had like one glass in the last 2 years, probably because I don't want to finish it.
I understand you. That
Yeah,
was such a good whiskey. The Deanston 9-year-old Bordeaux red wine cask matured.
yeah.
If you ever find that in a store, seriously, just grab it. If it's not on a too expensive, that
And
was
send it to
just
me.
yeah to Emil. He really just to me basically, or just open it and drink it yourself if you want to. You selfish person.
Yeah,
No, seriously.
you
But
probably should.
that was yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah, I have actually one more because when you said it, I was like, oh, I had quite a few ones, but the one with Drown to Remember, I think, must be. Now, this is just an overall thing, I think. Is actually getting people into whiskey.
Yeah,
Because I actually got quite a few now. Even my parents, basically. My mother and my stepfather got into them into whiskey. I got you, I got another colleague of ours, or um, of ours as well, and I some other people as well. Just really fun just to share whiskey. A dram,
mm,
a dram to remember is like you said, sitting there with someone at special occasions. And I have so many. I just want to say that out. Just sharing them with people. I'm getting it's so emotional right now. No, but that is just fun. Just a fun thing. Because many of my stories was just me. Maybe my second, no, not really myself, but I had some people with me. But they were more like a selfish because it was just me drinking it, basically. But being there, sharing whiskey with people, it doesn't matter if it's a high end whiskey or high end, or just a lower end, so to say. Every whiskey is, we experience them differently. Just because a whiskey has cost 20 euros doesn't mean it's going to be bad. I mean,
yeah,
it's
exactly.
your experience with that whiskey, your journey with that whiskey that counts. So that's a fun thing, I think. Basically, just being able to help people on their whiskey journey. And I think that is a very important thing, to share and care.
Yeah,
Giving like you and I do when we have bought something. Oh, you should try this, and I should try
yeah.
this.
There's
Share is caring.
always a sample going one way or the
Yeah.
other. Usually
Oh
from
yeah.
you and me, but I hope to give back in some form, in some way, at some
Yeah. I
point.
am. I am counting the days, my friend. I
Yeah, you
am
should.
really. No, no, but that is just sharing and caring. Of course, I understand when you have maybe bought a whiskey that you're really holding on to.
Sure.
But then give that sample or your dram when someone comes up with someone you really know,
Yeah.
really appreciate it. You know. So yeah, that was mine. Do you have anything more to contribute to this
No,
occasion?
I think we've kept on long enough right now.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm emptied out of.
I have
I
so
don't
much,
know
but we're
some
not
of
gonna
it
keep
more, but
on.
yeah, people don't want to listen to me drone on all night. So
No.
our videos are long enough as they are because we
Yeah.
talk a lot. But that's what we're here for. That's what we do here
Yeah. Yeah.
on A Dram Divided.
Yeah.
We talk.
And yeah, we talk. Yeah. And please, people, share your experience with some whiskeys that you have had through your journey. You know,
Yeah.
that's been so special, so very special. And please share that special moment with us, people. Please.
And keep in mind what Frederick just said about it's not about the value of the whiskey or like how much you paid for it. It's like it's your experience. It's the moment that counts, and that's what I hope to bring to this conversation as well. Because um, one of the things you've been very clear about from the beginning is you haven't been like pretentious at all in when I've asked you for advice. I remember the first time I asked you for advice on a whiskey. That was exactly what you told me, the Old Pulteney 12-year-old. So I mean, that's like accessible.
Mm. Yeah.
And yeah, just like whatever you have, share it with us. We're interested to know. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. No, it's a journey. This is all about the journey, you know. Your journey, other journey, you're gonna sometimes meet on that road, on that path, you know.
Yeah.
And you're gonna walk next to each other, and then sometimes you're gonna turn left and someone's gonna turn right. Someone, oh, I had to go back. You know. No, that's how it is. Someone might fall off a cliff. Who knows? You know,
That's what happens.
that's what happens. Shit happens. No,
Yeah.
but so just have fun with this. You know, don't be an asshole. Just share, care, inspire, basically. So yeah, I mean, and we are actually gonna do something fun here. We're actually gonna finish up by showing you a teaser for our next episode after this one, episode 6. So thank you everyone for watching. My name is Frederick, and
My name
what's
is
your
Emil.
name? Yeah.
My name is Emil. Sorry.
Yeah, and we're gonna again. Yeah. So take care, everyone, and this is the teaser now for next episode. So take care, everyone. See you next time. Bye.
Cheers.